What's up, everybody, I'm Shade. Welcome back to my Ultimate Team episode 3. And I have been making quite a few coins. I've told you that I'm trading consumables on the side, so I'm not only relying on match coins. So I can afford a lot of new players right now, but this is the squad right now. And I only decided to buy Abate because he was my favorite right back in FIFA 13, and he promises to be very good this year as well. So yeah, I was saying I'm going to start playing the online season. And I'm not going to make any new player to buy any new players before I have actually tested this team online, because I want to see who performs and who doesn't. So the first ever opponent that we come up in the online season has a very basic Bundesliga side, just your average cheap goal squad. And this guy wasn't bad, but he was decent, but I thought he was still too good for Division 10. People have been complaining that the divisions are a lot harder this year. So he had the first shot, and I had an opportunity there, and I make a really bad mistake there. The Juan Jesus made a bad first touch, and I get very lucky to not concede from that because the keeper had to spill it. He has an opportunity here. He's running on the wing, tries to cross it at the volley, saved by the goalkeeper, and then we cleared as far as Abate. The halftime stats show that I have been really struggling. My players are making really awful first touches. They're making bad runs, meaning that they run too quick, and when I actually do pass the ball, they are offside. I get a free kick here. I take it with Ricardo Kaká because he's my best free kick taker in the team, and I try to do the knuckle shot free kick with Kaká, which is probably not a good idea because he's not a powerful player. He doesn't pack that much power behind a shot. I run down the wing here. I pass it back to Kaká inside the box. Keeper saves it, and then Ibarbo with an amazing miss there. I probably had the shot power too much there. A cross comes in here though for Ibarbo. Keeper spills it, falls back to Nocerino, and Nocerino gets my very first goal in Ultimate Team online games this year. And it just happens to be a rebound and a header goal. So just goes to show how interesting this year will be. A good ball for Ibarbo here, dribbles past the tackle there and puts it in the 90th minute. Unfortunately for my opponent, but I tell him to calm down. Anyway, we win 2-0. Obviously, it's the 90th minute. Ibarbo really good, showing the strength there to not lose the ball, and that's how it finishes. Ibarbo got a goal, but Nocerino is the man of the match because he's just been awesome. He's definitely surprised me. So we get our first 3 points of the online season Division 10. I actually buy a finisher chemistry style to apply to Ibarbo because he's going to be in my final squad for this. He's going to be a substitute. When I get Mario Balotelli, Ibarbo will come in when he needs fitness. And then I buy Paul Pogba, who is definitely going to be in my final squad as well, and I expect big things from Pogba, not just because he's amazing in real life, but his card is 79 rated, but if you look at his in-game stats, they are absolutely amazing. So many green stats and just a high-rated player. So we go into the next match, and we come up against another Bundesliga side, FC Mech, and this guy, he has some good players in there, and he was playing a 4-1-2-1-2, which is really strong this year, and this guy, he was actually a really good player. Look at his dribbling pass here. The very first opportunity of the game, he puts in a cross there, and Kiesling is there, and he makes it 1-0. This guy was keeping all the replays too, so he definitely meant business. We get a cross here, and Ibarbo from the cross from Pogba, from the ball from Pogba, he tries the spectacular volley, but he's deemed outside. And he missed anyway. Look at this brilliant play though. Abate gets it back from Ibarbo. Check Ibarbo inside the box because the cross comes in. Ibarbo is there, and another cross, this time for me, and I make it 1-1. There was definitely a back and forth game. I really enjoyed this game, especially because it was against a good opponent. And Manuelson gets the ball inside the box, and he misses amazingly. Next opportunity now, he is running at me, puts a good ball, and my defender gets very unlucky with the first touch there and falls right to Klose, who you don't want inside the area, and he does the Gangnam style celebration. So now I'm trailing again by 1 goal. Back and forth, just as I said. I have an opportunity here. Emanuelson puts in for Ibarbo. Ibarbo inside the box hits the post, falls back to Emanuelson, and Emanuelson gets me back in the game 2-2. So I told you it took him to score for me to be able to score. It was that kind of game. Look at this ball though for Sammy. Sam inside the box puts it in. That was an amazing long ball, and of course they're really strong this year. And this guy, he was definitely not abusing it, but he knew when to use it. And after this one went in, he kind of tried maybe even spammed it at some points, but he was still a good player. He's making good opportunities. Look at that. Keeper very lucky there, and then pulls a double save. Very lucky to hit the post after the save. Halftime shows a very even game. My passing is better. I have more possession, but he has more shots. Um, Second half begins. Close, it puts a ball in. Kiesling gets his second of the match. Close is a strike, and he put that good of a cross in. Early crosses are really good. That was an early cross, and they're really good in this game. You just hold LB and you cross, and you have to be like before your striker's position. Kaká puts a good ball for Gervinho. Gervinho on the wing there, dribbles past it and crosses it. And who's there? The big man Ibarbo gets me only one goal trailing, and I struggled to get the ball there. I don't know what he was doing, but eventually I do, and we try to get back in the game. Ibarbo is through again. Look at that strength. Tries to chip the goalkeeper. He gets very lucky, and he clears it with the bicycle kick. And unfortunately, that's how it ends. I did win my first game last game, but I lost my first game. This one, it was only by one goal, and it was against a good opponent, so I can take a loss, no problem. It wasn't, I didn't lose by BS, so I'm not bothered by that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. I definitely got a feel of my team, and I will be buying a lot of players next episode, so make sure you stick around for that. If you enjoyed this one though, in the meantime, leave it a like. I've been Shay, thank you for watching, goodbye.